Well, against the Calgary Flames, you're expecting the Leafs to beat the Flames, and they did just that. Because imagine losing to the Flames, an embarrassment. I would have been upset. But, they've won. Barely, by the slightest margin. Leafs win it 4-3 over the Calgary Flames, and they improved to 5-4-1 of the season, which is actually pretty good. But we're still in the bottom of the standings, which is pretty alarming since I know it's early in the season, but why are we in the bottom? Why are they in the bottom? Why do teams like the Habs and the Red Wings, they go on the upswing, including Ottawa and the Panthers? Oh, wait, I don't know about the Panthers, but why them? Why the Sabres? Yet the Leafs are in the dumps. Why? It's not just because, we lost the best player on the team. Yeah, we lost that best player, and it's for a bag of peanuts, and that sucked. But it is what it is. Leafs get the win, and thank God they didn't lose to the Flames, because the last time the last time the Flames beat the Leafs was in February of 2022, when they had Sheldon Keefe. Duh. And of course, the last time they won it at Scotiabank Arena in regulation was in 2018, 3-1 over the Maple Leafs. Very shocking, but it is what it is. So coming in tonight, okay, Calle Yarncroke not playing. You know who is returning? Yes, sir, William Nylander, and we go from there. So again, it's a 6 p.m. game. Because this was before the World Series. Before Game 4 of the World Series between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. And by the way, the Blue Jays won 6-2 over the Los Angeles Dodgers. It's a tie 2-2 series with Game 5 tomorrow. So, feel pretty good about it. Anyways, back to the Leafs video. Everything was, first period comes around. Yeah, a shit show of penalties. I don't know how I can say this. I really don't know. First, you gotta go to the penalties that really freaking sucked. Oliver Ekman-Larsson got called for, I believe it was holding. Yeah, that was bad. Connor Zary called for interference. Too many men on the ice for Calgary. Another penalty on Jonathan Huberdeau. And Oliver Ekman-Larsson, once again, another hooking call. And the penalties in the first period, man, makes me sick. Leafs had their chances on the power play, and yet they can't do jack. Nor did the Flames. But once again, the first period, yeah, not that great. Leafs were good in the first period and then bad in the second period. But you know who scored? That's right, Morgan Frost. No, the Leafs were just literally clueless, frozen in disguise, no way to see the goal, and the Flames strike first. And I'm thinking, well, this is the same crap that happened against the Sabres where the Leafs let in a goal against the Sabres. That was bad. So we go in the first period with a 1-0 Flames lead. A little bit back and forth in the second period, where guess who actually scored? I think who scored? Who scored? Max Domi on a 2 goes in and he scores. He snipes it in. And the Leafs lead it. Oh, the Leafs tied it. Max Domi ties it up at 1. And I'm thinking, okay, pretty good stuff. Put in a goal in Dustin Wolf's net, only to let the Leafs give up another goal with minutes to go in the second period. You know who scored? Joel Farabee. It's 2-1 Calgary before William Nylander steals the puck. And Matthew Knies scores. The Leafs tie it up in the second period with time left time left to go in the second period. Okay, it's tied at 2. We didn't have a good first period. We had some ups and downs in the second period. Let's see what the third period happens. And the third period was pandemonium because, well, John Tavares was this close in getting his 500th career goal. Did not happen. Matthews had a chance. Dustin Wolf was out of his crease. He just goes out. He thought he was going to save it. He did rob it, don't get me wrong. It was on a power play, by the way. And guess who scored the power play goal? It was none other than, you guessed it, Matthew Knies once again, and the Leafs lead it 3-2 for the first time this evening. I'm like, okay, good stuff. Back and forth. We had chances, but Dustin Wolf decides to be Dustin Wolf, trying to stop every goal. And of course, okay, Leafs have the puck. And they turn it over to the Flames, where guess who? Samuel Horneck, I believe that's his name. Horneck scored to tie the game up at 3. That's his first career goal. First goal in the NHL. Congratulations to him, though. Don't get me wrong. Congratulations to the guy. But man, that was bad luck. Even a penalty that the Leafs took was a trip on Matthew Knies. Man, that's how bad the penalty is. But the Leafs were able to capitalize. They did not give it up. They did not let the Flames take the lead. Thank God. And the Leafs killed it off. And of course, the Flames had the puck. They thought, oh, maybe we have a chance. We could just, the puck gets turned over, and Max Domi scores the go-ahead goal, the game winner, 4-3. All right, 4-3. Leafs retake the lead, and Leafs had their chances to put the game away. They thought they had the empty netter. Anthony Stolarz had a so close to have a goalie goal. Nothing happened. What's his name? Brandon Carlos had it, but he tried to clear the puck, so no shot there. But the Leafs were able to capitalize, get it done, and they win it. And what a victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs, especially on Frozen Frenzy night, because you're going to have one of those thrillers again. It's not going to be all peaches and cream, especially against the Flames, because even though the Calgary Flames are struggling, they're like dead last in the Pacific Division. You have to beat these teams. I don't care if it's a close game. I don't care if it's a blowout. You have to take care of this team. I mean, anything you do, even if you lose that game to the Flames, yeah, we're going to have an issue. And thank God the Leafs did not do that. Well, okay, they gave up the one goal. They gave up another goal. They gave up the tying goal to a rookie. But the Leafs did their job defensively, offensively. They did their part, thankfully. And you know what? I might be disappointed about the first period, but they piled it up. They got it together in the third period. What a victory for the Toronto Maple Leafs. And yeah, it was a good win. A very good win. And of course, I can't forget about the Toronto Blue Jays, which I will do a little mini rant. I'm going to do a little sub rant for that one, because the Blue Jays actually did win 6-2 over the Los Angeles Dodgers. And they win it 6-2 to tie the series up at 2. It's now a best of 3. I mean, what a victory. What a victory for the Toronto Blue Jays. Because yesterday, it was like literally 3 o'clock, almost 2 or 3 o'clock in the morning. I saw Game 3. I saw Game 3 of the World Series between the Blue Jays and the Dodgers. While that was a good game, it wasn't a really good game because the Dodgers made the Blue Jays blow a 4-2 lead. And guess who walked it off? Freddie Freeman walked it off in Game 3. Tonight, there was no walk-offs. The Jays just decided, you know what? We're not going to take this. We're not going to take this BS. We're going to kick the Dodgers, and they did just that. Yes, sure, the Jays gave up you guessed it, a sacrifice fly. Okay, not bad. But then Vladimir Guerrero Jr. hits a 2-run home run off of Shohei Ohtani. It's 2-1. Blue Jays. Jays gain the lead. And then, of course, Andres Gimenez scored. Scored an RBI single. Ty France with a ground out. Bo Bichette did what he had to do, a long single. Everything's clicking. Everything's working. Heck, even the Jays actually did score to make it 6-1. And I'm like, well, this is good. This is amazing. Yes, of course, the Jays gave up another run to make it 6-2, but it's good. We're all good. Jays win it 6-2, and thank God for that, because if the Jays lost this game, they would have been down 3-1. I mean, Jays could have been up 3-1, but I don't give a. I mean, I want to say the Jays would have been up 3-1 if they didn't get screwed by Yoshimata. Did I say that right? No, I did not. By Yamamoto. Yamamoto, you can't get screwed by Yamamoto, dang it. But that's just me. Anyways, that's it for for both the Leafs and the Blue Jays mini rants. The next game, the Leafs play tomorrow. They play against the Columbus Blue Jackets, which unfortunately the Jackets won in overtime 4-3 over the Buffalo Sabres. And you know what? I might have a bad feeling about this because Elvis Merzlikins might be starting in net for the Columbus Blue Jackets, and Caden Premu might start in net for the Leafs. Okay, now I'm feeling worried because the last time when the Leafs played against the Jackets, you put in Dennis Hildeby in those first two games, and he gets lit up like a Christmas ornament. Is Caden Premu next? Is he next to get lit up by a Christmas ornament? Well, we'll have to find out. Guess we'll have to find out tomorrow. So let's go, Leafs! Yeah!